Hello, Year 6. So today we've got another Scratch project coming up, and I thought we'd have a go at making a rhythm game. So rhythm games have been around for a long time now. Started off with just button pressing games and have moved to things like Just Dance. I thought we'd take it right back to the origins today because we're going to do a button pressing rhythm game. So let's get started. So I've got a brand new Scratch here, and I'm going to not use Scratch today. It's going to be a dancing rhythm game. So I'm going to grab a new sprite. And there's somebody that I know will work really well for this, which is Funky Dance, I think. Where are we? Have I missed them? Where are my dancers? Classy Dance, there it is. Cassie Dance. Fantastic. Right, okay. So Cassie Dance is perfect because if we go into costumes, Cassie has 1, 2, 3, 4 costumes. In fact, let's rename them as 1, 2, 3, and 4 because that's going to be really useful later on. I know they're A, B, C, and D at the minute, but 1, 2, 3, and 4 is going to make my life easier. The other thing I'm going to need to do is some sort of instruction at the top so you know which kind of move you should be doing. So we're going to get another sprite, and again I'm going to pick the arrow because it's got 4 costumes. I've got up, down, left, and right. Okay, first thing I want to do is get it so that my arrow points in different directions in a rhythm. So I'm going to go to looks and I'm going to switch costume to. Okay, and what I can do is I can make a variable. So let's just call this arrow because it's going to be the variable for my arrow. Okay, so the arrow is going to be set to, and I'm going to choose a random number between 1 and 4. So I'm going to go to operators, and I'm going to choose a random number between 1 and 4. And I'm going to ask that the costume switches to whatever that number is, so either 1, 2, 3, or 4. So let's just test this bit of code. When I click go, okay, so number 1, number 2, number 3, number 2, number 1, number 3, and number 4. Perfect, so that works. So I've got that my arrow now moves to different costumes and therefore different directions based on a random number. So I want to repeat this. Let's say we're going to have 10 dance moves. So I'm going to repeat this 10 times. And let's have a 1 second wait in between each one. So let's just see what that looks like. So every second it picks another random costume to pick and it will go in that direction. Okay. What we're going to do next is we're going to move across to our dancer and we're going to set up her controls, or our controls, I suppose. So we're going to, when space key is pressed, but I want up, down, left, and right. So up, I'm going to duplicate, down, duplicate, right, duplicate, and left. Okay, now it's really important I know what numbers my arrows represent. So if I look at costumes, the right arrow is number 1. So right is number 1. So we'll go to Cassie and we'll put right when I press right at the top. So right is number 1. Then we need to look for left, I think. Yeah, left is number 2, look. The little 2 in the top left corner. So that's left. And I think it's up and then down, but let's just double check. Let's not assume anything. So then it was, oh, it's down and then up. So down is 3 and up is 4. There you go, good job we checked. Down and then up. So that's the order of the numbers of costumes that we're looking for. So I'm going to get costumes. Okay, and we're going to switch to, so costume 4 is the bottom one, costume 3, costume 2, and costume 1. Nice. Okay, and if I press up, down, left, right now, I can see I've got different moves for different ones. Okay, so I've got a randomizing arrow and I've got a dancer that I can control. Now I need to see if I can link the two together so that it knows if I'm doing the right move. So I'm going to need a score for this. So let's make a score first. So we'll go variables, make a variable, score, awesome. And let's just get a block and say when the game starts, the score's got to be 0 because we want to start at 0 every time. Score 0. Okay. Now, what I want to do is when the arrow changes costume, I want to check if the person's done the right dance move. Have they followed the arrow's instruction? So we've got that the arrow is going to move, and then I want it to wait a second before it does the next one. But before it changes, I want it to check has the dancer moved to the right pose. So what we're going to do is we're going to broadcast a message. So let's call it check because that's what it's going to do. It's going to check, so it broadcasts the check. And if I come over here, I can say, right, when I hear check, so when the message check is received, when I receive check, I want to see is my costume number the same as the variable arrow. So that's the arrow's costume number. So at the moment it's 3. So I'm going to get the variable. So it's arrow equal, and there's a block in looks that is perfect for this costume number. So we're going to, when I receive, oh no, I need to put this into something, don't I? So I'm going to say if, where's if? I just need the if block. So we're going to say if the arrow is the same as the costume number, then change the variable by 1. Change, not arrow, but change score by 1. Okay. That's pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. Right, so let's give this a go, give it a test run. Make sure we've got all our code nice and visible. Okay. So right, up, down, left, down, down, left, down, down, and left. And I should, if I've done perfectly, get a perfect score of 10. Awesome. So then you could start playing around with different parts of the code. So we could say, okay, that was a little easy for me, so I want to do it in 0.8 of a second, make it a bit shorter. We could add some extra little nice touches, like we could hide the arrow at the start. No, show the arrow at the start and hide it at the end, so we know that it's finished. So down, right, up, left, down, left, up, right, left, down, done. Right, score 10 again. Still too easy for me. Still too easy. So we go to 0.6, where it might be a bit faster, and we put the arrow hid at the end. I've also got the arrow and the score showing. I don't want the arrow to show, so I'm going to go to my variables. I'm going to untick it. Untick the wrong one. Untick arrow and just leave score. We can put that in the middle even. Okay, and I think we need some music. So you can choose obviously whatever sound you like the sound of. I don't want a pop. Let's find some music. Let's go in here. Let's choose the sound. Do the loops. We got it. That'll do. Perfect. Right. How long is this? Let's find out, shall we? So when the game starts, play dance magic. Let's go for it. I scored 9 minutes, but the song is almost perfect in length. Brilliant. Okay, guys, I think that's a really nice, quick game. Good bit of fun. You could add a second player in. You just have to do their own arrow and their own character, but their own code. But the code would be exactly the same. So that would be pretty cool. You could make this a 2-player if you wanted to. I would love to see that. If you have a go, do screenshot this, screenshot your code, or you can submit the whole program to me. That's awesome. I can have a good look at your algorithms then. But if you do have a go, just submit it in the task below. And I hope you're all well. I hope to see you all again very soon. And best of luck. Bye for now.